Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. It's your girl here. My name is Raquel Blessed. For the people who are newcomers in this channel, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you and to stick to this channel. For my supporters, I want to appreciate you for walking and sticking around and supporting me in whatever I do. So guys, I want to answer other question, the kind of culture shock I got while I came to live in Burundi, specifically Bujumbura. Yeah, so there are a lot of culture shocks, I tell you. You know, growing up somewhere, you are used to some way of life, then you're changing from your country to another country. This is a new country, you don't know anyone, it's only your family or whoever, like a friend. Yeah, so there are a lot of culture shock you get to meet with along the stay in the country. So some of the culture shocks I found in Burundi. Hey, my people, woo, where will I start? There are a lot of culture shocks. Yeah, so first of all, I think there are a lot. Let me start with the greetings. Yeah, so when I first came to Burundi, the first time I arrived in Bujumbura, I was welcomed by a group of people, and you know, I wasn't prepared about how they greeted me. I just know greeting is you just shake hands and like welcome, you know. So I went to give my hand, then all of a sudden someone came and kissed me on the cheek. You understand? Yeah, that's how they greet people here. So I was like, come on, what was that? You know, it's a man who came to do that to me, and I was like, what kind? Don't he has bad manners? But I didn't speak, it was just in my mind, imagination. Then another person, oh my God, a lot of kissing here in Burundi. Okay, it's not actually kissing, but it's just greetings, how they greet each other. So if you come to Burundi, don't be surprised when they kiss you on the cheek. In fact, someone can kiss you like 3 times. First time, mwah, second time, mwah, and then mwah. And then they tell you welcome. Any gender, woman, man, yeah, even if you're married, you're not married, that's the greetings. Yeah, so don't be surprised when you come here and you see your wife being greeted like such, or your husband. So that was the first culture shock I think I saw. The second is food. How Burundians cook their food is very different from how we Kenyans cook our food. You know, as we don't overcook, but here in Burundi, they overcook food such that if it is meat, you can even swallow without chewing because it is so soft. They overcook hours and hours when it comes to cooking, and yeah, it is. Now I'm used to, but before I wasn't used to, because I used to eat not so overcooked food. You understand? I hope you understand what I mean. It's not that we eat not so cooked food, not well cooked food. It's just that it is overcooked here in Burundi. Yeah, and how they prepare it is also way different. So that story for another day. I'm going to show you how they prepare their food here. And culture shock on the same, most of the people living in Burundi, they usually have a kitchen outside where they share. Like you find 2 families, they are neighbors, they share one kitchen. So, and it is outside the house, not inside their houses. So that was another culture shock I saw, because my country where I was from, I didn't see such kind of thing. Yeah, and also most people here use charcoal to cook food. It's very rare to find gas in someone's house. So yeah, it's a bit fascinating, but also you see it's a culture shock because majority of people don't use gas. They use charcoal with this cooking stove. We call them jiko in Kiswahili, but them they call bambura. So most of them use that. Majority, not even most, majority of Burundians use that, even here in Bujumbura, yeah, in town, yeah. So another culture shock. Ooh, this is funny. Yeah, so when it comes to drinking, I was surprised to see women just sitting on in restaurants. They are enjoying. Okay, I'm not saying that women should not enjoy. The thing is, I found it more funny to see women, a group of women sitting together drinking beer. And the one that is very fond of here is Amstel and what do we call this other one? Amstel, and they like so much to drink Amstel and Primus. And also there is another one called Royal. Well, Burundi women, they know how to enjoy themselves. Especially when they, and then there's how Burundi women love to assist, to form associations. Like you'll find there's Abakenyezi, they call them Abakenyezi. It's a group of women. Some you can find it for like chama, where they come together and remove money per month, and then they assist one another. There's some for business, some for baby showers, some for, you see, so you find that they like so much to form groups or associations, and that's where you find many women enjoying. They like to enjoy. Actually, if there's a country that I've seen women enjoying themselves, it is Burundi, which is a good thing. Imagine enjoying yourself, just knowing you have family to take care of at home, and then here you are removing your stress with other women when you come together. Yeah, so I found it more funny, or let me use the word culture shock, because you just when the waiter comes or the waitress, you're like, what will you drink? Amstel. How many? 2. And then I was like, what? You are drinking beer? Yes, here we drink. And then another one, what will you drink? Primus. How many? 2. And they like 2. You what will you drink? Soda. It's not only the beer, the type of drink they drink. There are other drinks like sodas, there are juices, there is water. Yeah, so but I was surprised to see such kind of lifestyle, you understand? Imagine, I want 2 Royal and they drink all of it. So yeah, I found it a bit funny, and also it was culture shock to me. I've never seen such kind of behavior in Kenya, so I came to find it here. And also men drink, yeah, so yeah, that's one of the culture shock I really, up to date, I've never believed, but it is there and it happens. Yeah. Another culture shock I found is what? Another, asking for lifts. You might be driving, or someone just has a personal car, and you find just someone asking for lift. They are like, this is the road and this is the pathway where people pass. So while you are driving, like going forward like this, you find people arranged here just doing like, we want lifts. When they do like this, that's like an action showing, we want you give us lift. Yeah, so that's another culture shock I found, because it is a behavior they do here of which I never saw in Kenya. Because in fact, even you are afraid of your of your fellow Kenyan. You don't know this person, then you're just borrowing lift. But here in Burundi, there is that culture for assisting each other, mostly on roads, if someone wants to borrow lift. And another culture shock, language. I reached Burundi thinking that they speak English Kiswahili, because there's somewhere I had researched and I saw they are familiar with English and Swahili. So when I reached, I talked to someone, then they are like, I don't understand English. Then I'm like, oh, but I understood because majority speak French and Kirundi. But you see, in my mind I had thought they also understand English and Kiswahili. So I'm not familiar with French, and now at least I'm trying, and Kirundi. So that was another culture shock. The language, it became a barrier. Actually, we didn't interact as much. Like, you want to express yourself in a way, but you don't know how to because of the language barrier. So that's one of the culture shock I found. Another culture shock is the hairstyle. Oh my God. So I reached Burundi, and the first thing I realized are women. They have like bob, we call them afro. You remember those afros from way back in the movies? Yeah, so most of the women, children and men, they like afro hairstyles. Afro hairstyle is the hairstyle where you keep your hair natural, but there's some you shave in a box manner. So most of people here, they don't go to plait their hair or do anything. They like to stay as natural as possible. So that's the hairstyle you'll find most Burundians with. They just wash it and then comb it, and you are good to go. Yeah. So that was another culture shock, because actually in Kenya, I had grown up seeing many, even kids, they have long hair. They try to grow their hair, and every weekend you see women, children going to the salon to make their hairs in different style, to plait them, to blow dry, any style you want. So I came here, it was totally different, especially also the children in school. They are not allowed to grow their hair in public school. So most of the children are just bald-headed. That means they are shaved totally, Jordan. Yeah, so that's another culture shock, because many of the children, they are shaved, and it is the rule from the public schools. So if your child is in a public school, it's a must you shave their hair. Another culture shock is how they do their ceremonies here. It's totally different from how they do there in Kenya. You see, in Burundi, it's not how we know, like how we do parties. Like in my wedding and also my dowry, there are some things I saw that are a bit awkward, but you know, you're here to learn and understand each and everyone's culture. So example, in engagement, you get engaged the day the man comes to ask for your hand in marriage. That is the day you get engaged. That is the engagement ring he gives you in front of your parents and everyone. It's not these surprises you usually do in Kenya, like someone surprises you, will you marry me? You understand? So here it's totally different. They engage you during your dowry. Yeah. Another thing, when it comes to party like in marriage, you find there are some women who usually cry. The bride, they usually cry. And I asked, why do they cry? And it's the day for enjoying. They are like, they are crying because they are leaving their families to go to form another family. So I don't know if it makes sense to you, but there are some who usually cry. And also when it comes to wedding, they usually like to talk. You know, it's not how we as Kenyans do our wedding. Like it's day for enjoying, day for dancing, day for eating, just pure enjoyment. Here they do enjoy. They enjoy. There are some dance from the cultural dances, but most of the parts they use is long speeches from the family, from the friends, from anyone who is related to the bridegroom or the bride herself. Yeah. So you find in the reception, they use a lot of time giving speeches. Yeah, and also after the wedding here in Burundi, there's some other party that it's a must. It follows. It is the culture. It's not like in Kenya where we finish the wedding and then you are allowed to go to the honeymoon, you enjoy yourselves. But here it's a bit different. Once you have done the wedding and it's over, there is a party called Gwitikirura, whereby the family comes in and with some gifts on the head called visimbo. I'm going to showcase you now this in action, but now just speaking about the culture shock, you understand, so that you get to understand what kind of content I'm going to bring for you. So this they come with, they call maseke or visimbo. They come with gifts, and then they are coming to check on the newly married. So it happens mostly immediately after the wedding. Example, the wedding has finished at 8 p.m. They are going to extend it up to 11 p.m. Most of the weddings have been into. But others, they let their the bride and the bridegroom go to sleep, and then they wake up the next morning, they come to do the party in their house. So there's that Gwitikirura and there's Gushika Murugo. Gushika Murugo, now after Gwitikirura, as the party, after wedding there's Gwitikirura. After Gwitikirura there is Gushika Murugo. Gushika Murugo now is when the family of the lady comes to see where the lady and the man lives. You understand? So they come to see if you have slept good, things like that. So it's a very different kind of setup as a culture. And yeah, at first it will shock you if you're not used to. There are so many culture shock I came across, many, so that such that I cannot be able to express them in one video, because we can stay even up to tomorrow. Yeah, so guys, let me leave you with that for now. If you have any kind of questions, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share this video. If you have liked it, give a thumb up. Yeah, so guys, until next time, we are out. Bye bye.